Hey everyone, how's it going? Star here, and this is pretty much going to be a really long podcast type thing. I'm going to have an MP3 download of everything I'm saying in the description in case you just want to listen to it on like an iPod or whatever. There is going to be some gameplay in the background. First thing I'm showing here though is some stuff I drew. It is vaguely related to Team Fortress 2, but this video is probably going to have some stuff, about me because I let you guys ask questions and a lot of them were about me. So here's one thing about me that somehow still a lot of people don't know is that I draw stuff. And then I have a whole bunch of gameplays lined up for you, and then I have a bunch of the wager matches that I did more towards the end. I'm just gonna, for however long I keep rambling, I'm going to put the wager matches at the end. So, let's get into the first questions that were asked by you dudes. Okay, so let's just jump into this. The top rated comments first because they're clearly the most important ones that everyone was like, oh yeah, thumbs up. First one is show us you plus your girlfriend, smiley face, by Delta Force. Number. And no. For everyone else asking for pictures of my girlfriend, Mr. Sexy, that's creepy, and I think what you have in mind is actually porn. I could direct you to some porn sites, and that would be cool, and you'd probably be better than whatever creepy stuff, stalker stuff you're looking for. Show us pictures of me. Someone also commented, Flippy to King, don't show us how you look, it'll ruin the magic. I'm gonna agree, because right now you all probably have a picture in your mind of me looking like a space gnome cowboy, is kind of the vibe I'm trying to put off here. So I want you to keep that image for a little while because it is pretty accurate. So it doesn't feel that urgent that I need to show you a picture, but someday in the future I will. Probably a very distant future because it's gonna ruin the magic, guys. It's gonna ruin the magic. I don't know. The other top rated comment, also not a question, is thank you for shooting Rebecca Black. No problem. Also, if you hear a lot of clicking in the background, I am skimming through questions as well as my chair is really squeaky. It's annoying. I should have fixed that, but I didn't feel like it. Envious number, because everyone has numbers on their names. Why exactly do you think TF2 is such a great game compared to other class-based shooters? What other class-based shooters are there? There is, I'm having trouble even thinking of them. There are not a lot of class-based shooters, and the ones that do exist are kind of terrible. Brink just came out, which is a class-based shooter, and everyone's saying, oh, it's just like Team Fortress 2. It's really not. I think I was quoting Christopher Walken there. I don't know. But I said in another video that if you change the name class to perks, it's much more like Call of Duty because they pretty much are perks. They're not really classes. A little bit, but I mean, it doesn't really compare to TF2 in my opinion because the classes in Team Fortress are so well balanced. Even with all the ridiculous promo items they've been adding, they still are incredibly balanced in my opinion, for the most part. And they're extremely diverse. There's a lot of unique things you can do with the classes that you just can't do in other games, and the gameplay in Team Fortress 2, just given my love here, there's just nothing else at the moment that really compares. If I want to say, hey, I like Team Fortress 2, what other first-person shooters would you recommend? I have no idea. The next closest thing I would recommend is like playing Quake, and clearly already very, very different games, but they both have the arcade style, and one of the first things I think of when people say that, Brink is like Team Fortress 2, I'm like, oh, okay, so there's rocket jumping and, all that stuff. You have to charge your sniper shots, and you have to work together to capture points and use Ubers, right? And engineers can build sentries. They can build turrets. It's not really the same thing. It's rocket jumping is a huge part of Team Fortress 2 when you really get into it, and Quake has it. That's kind of close, I guess. I don't know. I could expand on that a lot, but you get the idea. Which I say for most of the things I say. What do you think can ruin Team Fortress 2? Promos? Just an example. I deleted who said that, so I don't remember. What do I think can ruin Team Fortress 2? Valve. That's the obvious answer, Valve. They said in the CEO of Valve in like an interview talking to a business class, which was news in Steam. If anyone saw this, he actually did say that Team Fortress 2 is like an experiment where they just throw new things into Team Fortress to see how it goes, see how the community reacts. Like the new replay feature really doesn't feel like it was made for Team Fortress. It feels like it was made for something else using the Source engine that they're going to release in the future. And a lot of the things that they do, like the Manco store, is just testing the ground to see how far they can push things, and they do that with Team Fortress. And he openly admitted that. He wasn't like ashamed to say, "Oh yeah, yeah." So they kind of are ruining it with the hopes of making future games better, which is disappointing. But at the same time, it kind of means that's like what's fueling the updates for it. So I don't really think that's going to ruin it because Valve is pretty smart about what they do update, and if the community really hates something, they remove it. So if one thing were to ruin Team Fortress 2, it would be the community, because communities are what it's all about. They listen to the community, and if you think Team Fortress 2 is going down the hill, you should speak up. Unless you think Team Fortress 2 is going down the hill because they're making money off of hats. That I can't. When people get mad about promos, I just don't understand it. It is a little bit disappointing in some regard, but I really don't mind. It doesn't affect the gameplay. There's even mods now to completely remove hats from gameplay where you won't see one ever again. So if it's really a big deal to you, just do that. Don't pay attention to trading. It keeps people interested in the game for a lot of different reasons, so that's keeping it alive. If you're ruining it, what's going to ruin TF2 is probably the community at some point. Unless Valve, the other thing, Valve, a lot of these updates that they're adding, these new hats and everything, is making the specs that you need to run this game a lot higher. Ah, it's over! Yeah, I was drawing stuff there, and now it's over, and I forgot to edit out the Cam Studio thing. And why is it frozen? Okay, it's not. Okay, okay. I'm not editing anything. Whatever. What was I just talking about? Whatever. Next question. What do you think of people? What do you think of weapons that people consider useless? And do you think such weapons are honestly useless? I have a great example for that question, which is why I want to answer it. I was watching the ESEA LAN finals recently on My Gaming Edge's live streaming Justin.tv blah blah, and there was a match on Viaduct where one of the people on the other team was running Sydney Sleeper sniper. Now everyone is going to tell you Sydney Sleeper is a horrible sniper rifle and you should just use the regular sniper rifle to get headshots. If you use the Sydney Sleeper, it's because you're a noob and you don't know how to get headshots and you can't aim. That's one of the weapons people commonly think is useless. And the commentators for this competitive match were saying, "Wow, this Sydney Sleeper is really powerful." It's they were winning because of it, and you could really see that it was devastating the other team. So, do I honestly think all the weapons are useless? Some of them are. I'm still going to say the Conjurer is completely useless because there's just so many better options in it. So, that's probably still, in my opinion, one of the worst weapons in the game, even though it got buffed. Hate if you want. I mean, a lot of people are still trying to tell me it's good. I really can't see it. It's not based on, what other things are. But the Sydney Sleeper, a lot of people think it's bad, but it is an incredible weapon. Especially in competitive, because they can actually coordinate. Like, bam, I shot this guy, he has Girardi on him. Within the next second, the teammates, they all knew that he had Girardi on him, and they were dead. If, people that can actually aim or coordinating together, and someone has mini crits on them at all times, they're going to die, just drop dead instantly. They're not going to be able to get out of there. And if they do, them leaving the field is a big deal. So not all of them are honestly useless. There's a couple other ones I can think of that get bad raps, but they're not all terrible. They're just outclassed by the other things. Sydney Sleeper is one of them where I don't think it's outclassed at all. It's just another option that, in most cases, and in some cases, might even be more powerful than the regular sniper rifle, because not everyone can get headshots 100% of the time, and if that's what you're basing it on, that's a little bit ridiculous. Why is Shibby drunk all the time? I don't know. Shibby, you need to cut back on your drinking. That's kind of ridiculous. What was your favorite subject in school? Sweenbo asks. I did not have a favorite subject in school. My favorite class was... I don't know. I cut a lot of classes. I dropped out of high school, but I went back. I finished that. I was not a very good student, but I'm not dumb. That's what frustrated a lot of people. That that I wouldn't do anything. Like, I was so proud for a long time that I failed math one semester with my grade, my average score on test that semester was 10. It was 10. I just like didn't even take tests. The fact that I had a 10 impressed me, because a lot of the tests they handed to me. I was like, whatever. I'm gonna drop out, and I did. And I was like, wow, I probably shouldn't have done that. So I went back, got a real degree, not a GED or nothing. So, you know, kids, stay in school. If you think that's what the lesson I got to teach there is. I'm an example now, and I actually kind of do want to be a teacher. I always have. So it's kind of ironic that school. That's about the biggest lesson you're going to get in this entire podcast thing. Hey Star, can we play sometime? That is the next question. Hey Star, can we play sometime? That's honestly, no offense to anyone who has ever asked it to me, one of the most annoying questions that I get. And I say no offense too, because there's no way of you knowing that it bothers me, and like I don't get mad at people for asking it, because it's a harmless question. I can't get mad at anyone. Which is actually another question I have saved here. Super Duper Fool Tool says, "You mad?" I'm not mad. I like never get mad. It is really difficult to get me extremely frustrated. So can we play sometime? Yeah, we can play sometime. Just join my group, follow me into a game when you see me playing, and then we could play. But sometimes people ask me to add them to their friends list, and I already have like a full friends list. Going out of my way to add people I don't really know is difficult, and just add me. I mean, it's so much easier that way. I put my Steam links everywhere. Also about that, if I'm not playing Team Fortress 2 and someone asks me, "Hey, let's go play. I want to play." It's a little bothersome, because I mean, I'm not playing. If I were playing, then I would want to play. You know what I mean? Like, when I want to play Team Fortress 2, I'm playing it, and if I'm not, I don't wanna. And it's like, see, it's not really a big deal. Like, how would you know that? So I'm just rambling about blah blah blah. Because usually too, I don't like saying no when someone says, "Hey, do you want to play Team Fortress?" Yeah, I do. I'll drop whatever stupid important, like actually important thing that I'm doing to say, yeah, let's play Team Fortress, which is bad for me. So please do me that favor and don't encourage me to play games when I'm actually doing something I should be doing. That is easy to do to me. Kremsley asks, "What's the most annoying thing for TF2 for you?" The most annoying thing in Team Fortress 2. I read that really dumb. I think there's a lot of things. Not much annoys me, other than I don't really know. Because a lot of this stuff, like, you mad, bro? It goes to the same thing. I don't get mad about stuff. So, like, what annoys me in TF2, I shrug most of the things off and just say, it's the game. I just better adjust to it rather than complain about it. But most annoying thing, and thing that I always say I wish wasn't ever put in the game, is the Wrangler. So I'm going to stand by that. A couple people ask me if I play competitive, if I play lobbies. This video that's showing right now is a decent example. This is a lobby I played a while back with a couple people. Sorry for that clicking. I'm playing with my headset. I have a bad habit of that. But yeah, I play lobbies a lot. I've been playing them more recently. They're a lot of fun. If you don't know what tf2lobbies.com is, definitely check it out if you're really trying to get into competitive TF2 or try and get yourself better. A lot of good people play it, and what it is kind of emulates what competitive play is, where you can do 6v6 or Highlander, get some good people in the lobby together, and once you have them all together, you actually play the game. And it goes by the competitive classes. Most people play 1 medic, 2 soldiers, demo man, 2 scouts, and that's kind of how it goes. But yeah, I play that all the time. I did play some actual competitive for a while. I was in UGC Highlander, playing for Gangster Gang Gaming. It's kind of like the first TF2 like serious competitive experience I've had, because I was actually not looking forward to getting into it when I first started doing the commentary, because I knew some people were going to eventually ask me to play, or if I played, or hey, come on, play some freaking competitive, and I was like, I don't really know about it, but I did. It's a lot of fun. I'm happy with how our team did. I didn't play with them the whole time. I kind of joined up late, and even though I joined late and only played about 3 or 4 matches with them, they really improved over time. We did lose, so I'm actually really disappointed we can't play anymore because we got knocked out of our bracket. But if another season comes up for UGC, I'm pretty sure we're definitely going to be involved in it, and they said there would be one over the summer. I'm pretty excited for that. So shout out to everyone on that team. We really did some work. I'm pretty impressed with how much better we got over a short amount of time, just working together. And that is Highlander. If you don't know what Highlander is, by the way, it's a 9 versus 9, and there can only be one Highlander. There can only be one. There can only be. So there's only one of each class. 9 versus 9, there's 9 classes, one of each. I played Scout the first one, naturally, because Scout's awesome. I love Scout. But then I switched up after that first one to Sniper, and I've been doing that since. Sniper's a lot of fun for me to play in Highlander. I don't know, it's just, I got a pretty good shot, it makes sense to me, so that's what I do. Super Mad Koala asks, yo, what's your favorite weapon in Team Fortress 2? I don't know, I mean, there's a lot of cool ones. Definitely my most used one is the scattergun. So I don't know if I'd call it my favorite though. It's just kind of plain. It's the scattergun. You know what it is. Fish kill. I love the fish too. I don't really have a set favorite, but I have a couple that I really love, like the fish, scattergun. Naturally, they're scout weapons. If I had to pick an absolute favorite, I'd probably pick the half Satoichi, which I haven't been using enough lately. When Shogun first came out, I was like dedicated. This is all I'm using ever. Half Satoichi is the best weapon ever, and that's all I cared about. And then I kind of stopped playing with it. I kind of want to do a gameplay where I just go straight up half Satoichi, just rocket jump at people, slash. So I'll see if I get myself back into that, but I love that weapon. It's just so satisfying when you actually get a kill with it. Much like Ubersaw is, if you actually hit someone with the Ubersaw and get away, I love that. It makes you feel like a man. Do you recommend any particular mods or maps or thingamajigs for training and practicing to get better at Team Fortress 2? I was just talking about lobbies, which you can get involved with at tf2lobbies.com, I think is the site, and I have it bookmarked, I don't really remember. But that is kind of difficult to get into if you're not good already. Because a lot of people are going to yell at you a lot of the time. If you're bad, they're going to, oh, what's wrong with you? A lot of people do use voice chat, and most of the population is good players, so you're going to let a lot of people down if you aren't already kind of know what you're doing. So I'd recommend looking into some, if you're really serious about getting better at TF2 in that sort of sense, like competitive, and not just, you know, whatever. You know, watch some actual pro matches, get the concept of, you know, how the gameplay works in lobbies, then start trying to play some of your own. Also, one way to get better at TF2 overall, which is a mod not a lot of people know about, someone even asked, you know, what is this MGE mod I've seen you playing on? MGE, very, very amazing mod. Basically what it is it's 1 versus 1 just to practice your deathmatch, your aiming. And you go 1 versus 1 non-stop in first person to reach 20 wins. When you kill someone, it restores your ammo and your health plus overheal, so you can just constantly go at it 1 versus 1 versus 1 over and over and over again versus another person, which is really helpful. Like, if a lot of times when I want to improve my scout aim or my scout versus scout, which is incredibly important because the one real counter to scouts is scouts. You get into a lot of scout versus scout battles. Really big deal. MGE mod helps a ton with that, because you can just, say you have a good friend who's good at scout, or you can meet someone in there and say, I really need to practice my scout. Most of the people in there are very good players, so doing that a lot and just training at it was really going to improve your aim. Deathmatch, though there's a lot more to the game, like where you need to be at certain times, going, capturing points, blah, blah, blah. But deathmatch is a big point, too. That really helps. I apologize if you already know all the stuff I'm talking about. A lot of people who play at TF2 would already know about. If you don't, I'm glad to have told you. Next question. Why is your audio always so low? I'm really sorry about that. I explained it once before, too. Is one of my... I record at a low audio. Or I listen to my videos back to make sure they're all right in the low audio. Because I hate listening to myself. I really do. It's like, oh, it's my voice. I don't know. I have a weird thing about that. I've been getting better with it. When I first started commentary, I would not listen to any of my videos ever. I would never double check them. But so when I'm editing, I make my volume lower so I don't have to hear myself. And usually I forget. And then sometimes I do re-raise it when I'm done editing. But I don't raise it all the way because my headset's so awesome now. And it kind of makes me think things are louder than they actually are, because this thing is awesome. It's an awesome headset. It was worth the $200. And yes, that's how much it costs. A whole bunch of questions here from Stevo Isaac. I'm probably missing how that's supposed to be read. What do you think of all the TF2 updates? I think I kind of talked about that. It's not a big deal. It's keeping the community alive, and if you don't like it, there are ways around it. There actually are some servers that run vanilla, specifically in lobbies. You can get your own server, make it run vanilla weapons only, and enjoy it. I don't know. It's not like really none of the new items have ever bugged me besides the Wrangler, and that really doesn't bug me that much. Oh, it's the Wrangler, what are you gonna do? Let's deal with it and get it done. So whatever, one item out of 100 patches that Valve has done. Whatever. How useful is the TF2 wiki? I don't know if that's a joke question. That's like saying, is Google a good thing? Like, if I have a question, should I Google it before asking Star? Please do. Oh my god, please. Please do. If it's a simple question, I don't know, I've always had this thing my whole life where, if you shouldn't start asking people questions until you've looked yourself and have had trouble finding the answer. And I know sometimes it's easier just to ask the question, or more prevalent in your mind. I don't know. I do it myself sometimes. But yes, Google and Wiki are amazing. TF2 Wiki tells you if you have a random general question about anything, like how much damage does this do? How do you make this item? Blah blah blah. It's got pretty much everything. If you're looking for strategies and tips, the Wiki, not really so much. There's some stuff on there that'll be pretty helpful. I know when I first started playing Team Fortress 2, I read like every strategy guide on the wiki, like, oh, Scout, I wonder how I play Scout. Let me read the wiki. It didn't help much, but I mean, it gave me a few things. More questions. Those are a lot of the same questions. I need to pause for a second and find some more. Okay, I gathered a whole bunch of new clips and stuff. Right after this round ends, it's going to go into wager duels that I did with a whole bunch of people. So pretty much just a lot of people that wager duel with me. It really felt, and I apologize if this wasn't the case, but it really felt you were just being generous and saying like, hey, I know I'm going to lose, but let's give this a shot. It wasn't like really high. Most of them weren't very high stakes. Like one reclaimed per person. That's not a very big deal. I had a lot of fun with the matches anyway. So that was fun to do. The main reason I really got into it was because IR Sniper was like, yo, Star, let's do some wager duels. That's kind of his thing. He started doing it on his channel a long time ago. So he enjoys them. I kind of like them. It's a lot of 1 versus 1 deathmatch, kind of the same way that MGE, that I was saying, is, deathmatch where you just kind of have to overcome one person at a time, and it puts it into a scenario where, you actually have things to do, like capture the objective, and there's points to hold and spawn points and stuff like that. And then you also have someone which you have to work with, which is cool. It's very, I don't know, it is fun to play. I enjoyed them. So pretty much a whole bunch of those for the rest of this, which really, I haven't really been watching the gameplays. I've just been answering questions. It's kind of just there as a background. And once again, if you wanted to download this as an MP3, that was there. But whatever, I'm rambling. Let's get back into some of the questions that I got. Click. Squiddleby asks, are you going to make a setup video? Which, if you don't get that question, is set up like what kind of computer I use, what my hardware is. A couple people ask stuff like that. And, I mean, I have my computer specs on my channel page, left-hand side, frequently asked questions, because it is a frequently asked one, but am I going to go out of my way to make, like, actual setup? I might, but it'll be a long time, because, like, I don't have a camera or anything to, like, record what's going on over here. My computer isn't that special. I did make it myself. I love building computers, so it's a custom-built computer. If I had more money, it would be more awesome. Because whenever I have money, I'm just like, oh my god, I need new computer parts. It doesn't even matter if I really do need them. But actually, honestly, when do you not need new computer parts? I don't know. I could add like 10 more fans to my case. I don't know. Got a problem? But yeah, if I do that, it's going to be a long time from now that I actually do it. How long have you been playing Team Fortress 2? This is the next question by XMoneyX9. Gangsta. Gotta get that money. Money. I have been playing for when I seriously started playing Team Fortress 2 and I was like, yeah, I want to play this and I want to get better at it. It's a fun game. I admit it, it's a fun game. I'm gonna keep playing this. That answer is actually on my channel because that's the first time I posted a video, which I checked a little while back, and it was 3 months ago I started posting Team Fortress videos. Probably more close to 4, but YouTube just says 3 months ago this video was posted. It was my first Team Fortress one. That's when I really started saying, you know, I'm gonna play this game. It's awesome. It's worth it. But before that, I played it. Probably only for about 3 months before that, to be honest. And it was really on and off. So I really actually haven't played that much Team Fortress. I'm in the grand scheme of how long Team Fortress has been around and how long some people have been playing it, I'm fairly new to it. But I've been playing first-person shooters since I was like 9 or 10 years old. So I have a lot of experience doing all that stuff. You know, when I jumped into Team Fortress 2, it wasn't like, oh, what is this? It's so confusing. I still had really good aim. When I first started playing, I just kind of defaulted to sniper because I enjoyed sniping in a lot of other games. Medal of Honor Allied Assault for the win. Straight up Kar 98, best gun ever. So I did a lot of that. I jumped into this, used sniper, which, you know, there's a lot of different mechanics to it, and that I think that's one of the main things that got me intrigued in this game, is that I can still say sniper in this game has better mechanics than any game ever made with snipers. The only other contender I can even think of is like I actually would say Bad Company 2 because it does implement bullet drop and bullet travel time, and that's a bit more on the realistic side. But for actual like action-packed gameplay and cartoony, what is the word I'm looking for? Arcade-style shooters, which is much more my preference. Naturally, I'm playing Team Fortress 2. Is I don't know, the sniper mechanic is awesome in this game. It just really is. What was that question? I don't even remember what rant I just went on. Oh, how long have I been playing TF2? The actual time logged on my account is close to 700 hours. But I also did play on a friend's account before I was convinced that I should really buy this, and I probably played 50 to 100 hours on that. So, I haven't been playing that long, but I've kind of made it my only game, so I've gotten a lot of hours in. So, that's what's up with that. What got you interested in YouTube or TF2 in general? That's kind of the same thing, so I guess it relates to what I was just talking about, which is asked by Blowtorch Cinema. Got me interested in TF2 in the first place. That is a tricky question. I really don't know. A lot of my friends started talking about it randomly, and I was like, Team Fortress 2, I know that game. I mean, I've always known it was there. I just never really got into it and tried it. I don't know what game I was playing at the time that I had to like I don't know. I really don't remember what exactly motivated me to try it, but I slowly got into it. I mean, a friend let me use their Steam account, so I didn't have to actually buy the game, which was cool. So I was like, hey, I feel like trying this game, and I got into it. But what got me interested in YouTube, and some other people were asking similar questions like, who inspired me to start making videos? All that kind of stuff, and nobody inspired me in particular. I've said before, when I first started making TF2 commentaries, I had no idea who Icy Toonie was, Shibby, Irish Sniper, never heard of him. I mean, like, it took me a week or maybe even a month where I was actually making videos, and then I finally heard of, like, who Irish Sniper was. I was like, oh, other people actually are making Team Fortress 2 videos. I always knew they probably existed, but I didn't know any of them, or that they were real people. I mean, who makes TF2 commentaries? I used to make commentaries about a year ago for Bad Company, and that went really bad. Well, I don't know, it didn't go bad, it was fun, but my computer could not run that game and record at the same time. I was like dedicated to doing it, even though I ran at 10 FPS, and I would record at 10 FPS and I couldn't play, and everyone would criticize me, be like, you need to aim down sights more, and I'm like, yeah, I do, but I can't do it. I'm at 10 FPS, I gotta spray at everyone. So I tried doing that. And then I quit because I just couldn't put up with that anymore. I made another channel, and I gave up on that. And then I came back and I said, you know what, I really miss making commentaries. I need to do it on something. I made a couple of videos, you know, saying, what should I make videos on? Brink was coming out, and I even thought, you know, maybe in the future when Brink comes out, I'll just do Brink commentaries. And Diablo 3, which I'm still going to try and make Diablo 3 commentaries, no matter what happens, and it's going to be on this channel because Diablo 3 is awesome, and if you don't think so, I don't care about you at all. You're not an important person. But that's kind of way off topic. The main thing that made me want to get into commentaries was that I was afraid to make commentaries in the first place a year ago when I started doing Bad Company. I was a pretty shy person, didn't want to talk, and I said, hey, you know, I want to do this. And maybe I'll get better at it as I go. And I did. Snipe. So that encouraged me, but the main inspiration wasn't any one particular person in general. It was like, oh, this guy's making cool videos. I want to be just like him when I grow up. It was I would have been making videos a long time ago if I had known anyone would actually want to watch this stuff. And it was kind of when Machinima Respawn started getting really big, and I noticed it, and I watched for a while, and I was like, wow, people actually enjoy watching other people play games, which is kind of obvious. I mean, I always used to like watching like my brother play games, but I don't know, the whole YouTube concept sort of blew me away, that I didn't even realize it was a possibility, and I saw other people doing it, and I was like, that looks like something I would enjoy doing. Yeah, I wish I had been doing it longer. I love it. Nothing worth complaining about here. Commentating is awesome. And I think that explains most of that. Delphin Gruss asks, how did you become so insanely popular? And that might seem like a simple compliment, but I'm genuinely serious. Put in parentheses. And I'll answer that just to boost my ego. How did I become so insanely popular? I don't think I'm insanely popular. Insanely popular would be like, I don't know, 50k subscribers. But I guess as far as TF2 commentators go, I'm pretty up there, which is cool. Thank you for everyone who does enjoy watching my videos. And the way how did I get here? When I first started making TF2 commentaries, I was unsure about like, should I make TF2? And I just kind of kept making TF2 videos, and it kind of caught on that, you know, I should make my channel about Team Fortress 2. But how did I like actually get people to watch it? I don't know. It's been the same philosophy the whole time, which I even said when I first started. It's just, I know I can become popular on YouTube. I know I can do it. I can make quality videos. Why wouldn't people want to watch it if they're watching these other people? And I don't know how to attract people, but it seems that a lot of people that do get popular are, to me, it really feels like they're only popular just because they're doing it. I mean, you can't be popular if you're not making videos. So I started doing it, and I said to myself, I'm just going to make a shit ton of them. I'm going to make tons of videos. It's going to be fun. I'm just going to keep making them. You know, even if people aren't watching, I'll just keep on making videos every other day, every day. And eventually people will notice them because there'll be so many, and I'll get up there. And that's how it happened. If you want me to say, oh yeah, I talked to this one guy and he gave me all the subscribers, it was pretty cool. No, it was a lot of work. A lot of videos made in a very short time with no one watching them. And I don't mind. I had fun doing it. It was cool. But it definitely is not easy to get the popular. Also, on that topic, could you please press the like button? I mean, seriously, this video, I mean, just the rendering time that this is going to take like 8 to 10 hours to render and upload. Could you take 2 seconds? Dude, you know, show some appreciation. It's appreciated. What other games do you play other than Team Fortress 2? This is another ego-boosting thing. Self-promotion. I've been playing Terraria lately, and you should go check out my other channel where I've been posting gameplays of it. Pretty much any other game I play, and I take a little bit seriously or remotely seriously, is probably going to go on my other channel, which isn't very many games. Minecraft is going up there, and don't hate on Minecraft. Well, I mean, I don't like Minecraft, and I know that's blasphemous to even say, but I found a way to make doing commentaries enjoyable for me that is very, very not typical of the average Minecraft stuff, for sure. And it makes me feel absolutely insane, but it's a perfect example of me overcoming feeling shy at all about talking to myself, and I'm happy for that. But yeah, go sub my other channel, damn it. I mean, I posted in the last 2 days 20 videos of Terraria. It's difficult for me to not mention that. I'd be like, oh yeah, I did that. I'm not going to tell anyone about it. I don't want them to watch it. I just did it to waste my time. What is your real name? Says Milky Way. Number. Steve. My real name is Stevie Jam 2010. That's my rap name. I'm trying to break into the industry, you know, drop some ill rhymes on your mothers. So Stevie Jam 2010 is what you can call me. Dark Matter Crow says dinner next week at 7 p.m. Dinner next Wednesday at 7 p.m. Getting highly specific. Sure, you paying? I'll go to dinner. Give me all your money and all your steak. And don't be a chainsaw rapist killer. That would be bad for me. I don't want to get chainsaw raped. Not with a chainsaw. That's gross. Don't even. Name origin. That's a very short question. It's just name origin with a question mark, but straight to the point. I like that. By Internet Fanboy 69. He's a fan of the 69 on the internets. Can understand that. I kind of got 2 names I'm going by now. I'm going by Star, and my channel name is Nichts, which is how you pronounce it. It's German. If you remove one I, it's German, and a lot of other languages use it for not and nothing, but specifically in German, it means nothing, literally, which I picked up a long time ago. I just said, hey, it's a cool word, I'll use it, and I mean, kind of, no one else is using the word Nichts as their name, because no one else is stupid. I highly regret choosing that name for everything. Like, my DeviantArt account has the name Niche and all that stuff, because after a while I started using it. No one knows how to spell that. If you're searching for my channel name, most people, the average person, does not know how to spell Nichts, so it's just dumb. No one knows how to say it. I get asked so often, how the hell do you say that word? And I was playing Quan Ho for a while. Big shout out if you know what Quan Ho is, because no one is going to. And I voice chatted with a couple people, and they didn't know how to pronounce it. Like, what the hell is this name? And one guy he just started calling me El Niches instead of, I don't know, I guess that's what it looked like to him, and he added the L. So I've always told people that story now when they don't know how to pronounce it, because I like El Niches way better. It was just the most off-the-wall thing ever at the time, and I quite enjoyed that. But Star is the other name. Everyone, I'm Star. I'm also Stevie Jam 2010, you know, dropping my rap record in 2010. You can look for that in stores, January 2010. Star, it's just it was me trying to get off the name Nish. And it's it's the opposite. It's a very easy to remember name. It's like iconic. Everyone knows what a star is. Everyone. It's symbolic too, which sounds really gay, but I mean it actually has a symbol where you can just easily draw a star and say, hey, that star, I have a star in my scattergun. Everyone knows what a star is. You can go to any language. It's a star. You know what a frickin' star looks like. It's like a heart symbol. So that's why I like that name. That's pretty much why I picked it. It's very simple, straight to the point. Everyone knows what it is. It's easily memorable. And it makes me sound like a stripper. So that's what's up with that. More questions, more questions. How do we get it so when you attack an enemy, you see how much damage you do to them? Those are called hit indicators. And Team Fortress 2 recently released an update that allows you to see... It added a new area for advanced options, which before it was kind of hidden. And now it's like right in the open. Oh, we added advanced options. Everyone look at it. So I am so happy about that update, because I get asked that question so much. To turn on hit indicators, you go into advanced options, and you check the box that says to show damage. That's it. That's it. It's nothing special. It's not a mod. The PV HUD, which I use, changes it to yellow so it's more easily visible, and it even shows it up on my HUD. That's PV HUD, but you need to have hit indicators enabled for it to show up. Please. I think most of the people who have that question wouldn't watch this far into the video anyway, so it's hopeless. But if you didn't know that, I'm so glad I got to tell you. Let's read some more questions on the fly. Are you a wizard? Yes. Need your opinion on the following games: Minecraft, Brink, Left 4 Dead 2. If I gave my opinion on Minecraft, that is like starting a console war. You say anything bad about Minecraft and people just flip out. And I would say some bad things about Minecraft. I think people need to be extremely... I mean, it's the same thing. No one wants to be critical of Minecraft. You frickin' should. They haven't been pressing me with updates, and there's a lot of things... There's a lot to be desired in that game. Cool, you can place blocks. I played years of Legos when I was a kid, so I kind of got that block placing out of my system. And it's not really a new concept to me anymore. Also, best sandbox game ever is already Photoshop, so I've got that going for me, and I don't need Minecraft to help me make things. That's all I'm going to say about that. Brink. I want to play Brink. I do. It looks fun. There looks like an extremely high skill level cap to being able to play that game because of the free running, but it doesn't look like it's put to use. Like, the maps are extremely linear, there's a lot of choke points, so you don't really get a chance to do that free running because you just kind of get blocked at a choke point. The game's incredibly buggy right now, and I think to give an opinion on it right now is just... It's buggy, it's not worth the $50 yet. If they patch in the future, maybe, but I think it's worth $10 to $20 maximum. $15. There's been a couple really good first-person shooters to come out that have been around $15 that Brink is in the same league with. Like, Breach was a game that came out, which much more solid than Brink probably was. And another one, Black Hawk Tango Down, I think it is. That was like $15. That was a really solid game. Why is Brink gonna be like a full 50? I don't know. Left 4 Dead 2? I don't know. I never got into Left 4 Dead. It just kind of lets me down because I'm a huge zombie fan, and I don't know. I desire more zombie than that game has to offer. As if there aren't enough zombies in Left 4 Dead. I don't even know. I just never really got into it. I played it with a friend one time, and that was about it. So I don't really have much of an opinion. Imagine a total TF2 noob like me. What are the first things you should work on to not become owned every time? That is a question that deserves its own commentary. Because I don't think most TF2 noobs are gonna, find this random tidbit of information this deep into this video. I don't know. But I've been meaning to do that for a long time, is just give some extremely, if you're brand new to TF2, what you should do. One thing you shouldn't do is play Pyro. That is a fact. Do not play Pyro. Hmm. There was another question I wanted to answer, and I forgot what it was. I like made it up myself, and now it's gone. Ba ba ba. You mentioned you like Soul Calibur. Have you played on any other fighting game series in much depth? Depth? Depth, that's an annoying word. If you do, how do you pay much attention to fighting game tournaments? And this ties into a couple of questions. Like, people ask me, what YouTube channels do I watch myself? I pretty much watch Shibby, Ire Sniper, because I know them. But it's like, if I don't watch their videos, they're gonna punch me in the crotch or something. And then I watch fighting game tournaments. I love fighting games with a passion. Soul Calibur in particular, I played in a couple Soul Calibur tournaments, which, not going into too much detail, were incredibly fail for me. Trust me when I say, I was trying to play, I tried getting into it for Soul Calibur 4, and I was damn good at the game. I really was. I think I was at a tournament level where I could have beat a good amount of people. And like even now, I still remember the frame data for almost every single freaking move in that game. I was really into that, but due to some technical problems, I was never actually able to win. I won like one match. I didn't realize, because I was new to the fighting game scene at that time, and I didn't realize that most fighting game tournaments are held on PS3s rather than Xbox. I owned Xbox. I'm a pad player. Playing on pad is looked down upon. So when I had to play on PS3, I had to use the PS3 controller, and I could not even hold on to that tiny little ridiculous thing. Why is the PS3 pad so terrible? Why is it so terrible? There's no explanation. I couldn't use it. I actually was able to beat one person with it, and that is already a miracle that I won that match. Because I was playing Hilda too when the game first came out, which was another disaster for this game. If you don't know, Hilda is banned from tournaments now. No one uses Hilda. She's broken. At the time, the game was so new, no one knew that she had crazy ring out combos. I really didn't even know. I just liked her. I liked the way the mechanic worked, that you had to hold down the buttons, and a lot of people have no idea what I'm talking about right now, but for the people that do, you're probably enjoying this. I don't know. It's just combination of playing Hilda and not having PS3. And I finally got a Xbox controller converter, so I could play with my Xbox controller on a PS3. And then I just couldn't make it to any more tournaments, and they kind of stopped because Street Fighter 4 came out. And I don't know. I really wish I would have followed through on a lot of that, because I was freaking good, and I started playing Setsuka after that, because Setsuka is crazy awesome. Just framing like a boss. Apparently, that's all you could say, like a boss. I don't know. Setsuka is awesome. But fighting game tournaments in general, I watch iPlayWinner on YouTube. Level Up Series is, in my opinion, the best channel on all of YouTube. Level Up Series and Jaxelrod, who host 8-Way Run. Blah blah blah. I actually played when they used to be Team Crooked Jester. That's when I played Soul Calibur tournaments. That was a long time. I doubt anyone even knows who I am, because, like I said, I only played a few, and I had such like issues that I was trying to play on a PS3 pad because I was so dumb at the time that I didn't even know. Like, hopefully when Soul Calibur 5 comes out, I get back into fighting game tournaments, but I don't know if I will because of my YouTube obligations to TF2 now, and it kind of takes up most of my gaming time. But I don't know. I'm a huge Soul Calibur fan. Marvel vs. Capcom is the most broken game ever, but watching the tournaments is still fun. And I think that's what most people are going to tell you, is that I like it. I cannot watch like people who make like Call of Duty Black Ops, not to hate on Call of Duty or other people. If like there are some other people who make TF2 commentaries, I just can't watch them because I play it myself, I commentate it myself. It's kind of the same genre, and I just like know everything. It's so not exciting for me anymore unless it's like really high level play, TF2 competitive matches. That's about the only other stuff I watch. Otherwise, fighting games for the win. All over, every day. That was a huge one. That was a huge rant. I could go on even more. I'm kind of holding back, because I'm actually running out of video. It's almost an hour now. Ugh, I could talk to myself for days. It's 50 minutes now. I only have... How long is this? No, what is it now? It's 50 minutes now. And I only have about 52 minutes of footage. Like, after these wager matches, it's over. So let me try and get some quick questions in. And I'm going to have to part 2 this, because there are still a ton of questions I have not gotten to. So I just don't have the gameplays to keep this going right now. Like, this is all I have. I haven't been playing lately. Excuse me. Because Terraria came out, and I just kind of really enjoyed that way too much. I don't know, I'm having a hard time even looking through these questions right now. Because, like before, I was saving ones I wanted to answer, and now I'm just looking at the huge list, and it's overwhelming. Let me go. I don't think most of you guys are gonna... Whoops. I don't think most of you guys are gonna mind if I go over the limit a little bit and keep talking, so I think I'm gonna do that and just see if I can manage to find any videos. I might even use some old gameplay. These questions are all the questions I already saw. I know there are more of them. There were like 7 pages of them. I don't know. I guess I should end it here, because I cannot... I know there's tons here, but I don't know what else to talk about. I know one thing I could talk about really quickly. I'm a huge nerd. I tell you guys a lot about how I play video games and I draw, which is all very indoor stuff. But my nerdism, I used to be less of a nerd. And I still do like going outside and doing things that are actual hobbies that can be regarded as, not sitting on a computer. Because I even draw on the computer and I love computers. A lot of things I do. I used to play table tennis competitively. I was getting really good at that, but I have serious leg issues where my like tendons or something aren't, like, they didn't grow as fast as my bone, and they're kind of like short, and it hurts a lot. Basically, I don't really know what the actual deal is. That's the best explanation I ever got. Basically, my leg hurts 24/7 all the time for the last 6 years, and some positions are really hard to do for me, and it sucks. It sucks. But I was playing competitive ping pong for a while, and that I still have a love for that game, but I kind of got out of the loop. In the future, I'd probably like to, get back into a club and start playing people again. But I was actually, just starting to get good, like most things I do. Just starting, get up there to be a good player, and then I stopped. Which is what I do with everything. I don't know why I do that. Hopefully it doesn't happen with commentating. Like, when I finally start getting popular, I'll be like, nah, I'm done with this now. It's old. I accomplished it. It's over. I even knew a couple of the best players in America I'd played with a few times. Was getting to know a few of them, and it was really cool. Then I stopped playing. Also, I play Penhold. I'm like the only American ever who plays Penhold, if you know what that is. Ping pong, amazing sport. The only actual real sport that I like. When I was much younger, I even enjoyed, I wanted to be a professional skater, man. I really wanted to. Not skateboarding, inline skating, which got removed from the X Games. I was pretty good at that, especially considering how young I was. I haven't done that in a long time. I still own some, because I kind of wanted them, because I was like, I missed that, I'll buy some skates. And then I didn't really use them, and they were like $200. But I'm pretty good. Not so much anymore. But, once again, I was getting to the point where I was getting really good at skating, and then I quit. That's what I did. I quit so I could draw more, much like I did with table tennis. I said, my leg, I can't do this anymore, and it was really hard to get to the club where I played, so I said, I'm going to quit and just draw more often, practice on that, and I don't draw so much anymore. Kind of quit on that. I'm getting good at drawing, I don't do it much anymore. Story of my life, man. But yeah, I used to be into a lot more active stuff. I used to bike. I tried skating and wood pushing. I don't freaking know. I can't ollie or nothing. I can ollie, but like, I don't know, man. I kind of miss that too. Like, right as I quit skating too, I moved. Like, I moved and then I quit. And then right where I moved from, which isn't too far away now, but it's still far enough away that it's a hassle to get there, they built a skate park. And it was like, yay, there's finally a place I can skate. And then I moved. I never went there. Actually, I went there like once or twice. It was fun. But yeah, otherwise I had to drive uh, like an hour to get to a good skate park. Other than that one that was recently built. So that sucked. This video is black. So I've been talking for a long time. My voice is starting to hurt. I'm gonna call it quits here. I'm playing with my cell phone too. If you hear that noise, I don't know. When I sit at my desk, I just like, I don't know. I like having something in my hand to mess around with if I'm not doing much else. So cell phone. I've also got like bullets over here, man. From that one time I shot that gun, that was awesome. Best gun ever, M14. Oh yeah. I kept one of the shell casings as memory. Anyway, I really have to end this commentary. The video stopped playing. You can, I hope you guys enjoyed this, appreciate what it did here. If not, whatever. Hate is gonna hate, and look forward to my regular commentaries in the future. But if you are one of those people, why am I even saying that? You're at like an hour watching this. Of course you enjoyed it. One more thing before I go. One more thing. I had an epiphany recently. Like I said, Level Up Series is one of the best YouTube channels, in my opinion, that I enjoy watching. And they post like at a time 40-minute segments of tournaments for fighting games. And if they release a tournament, like they play on, I feel dumb because I forget what day of the week they play the tournaments on. I think it's Wednesday, which I'm looking forward to the most recent one. They'll post like 3 40-minute segments. It's about 3 hours every tournament. And once it comes out on Wednesday, I watch the whole thing in one sitting. So I could understand how you guys would enjoy watching TF2 commentary a lot. And I kind of had that epiphany like, oh, my watchers enjoy watching my stuff like I enjoy watching a Level Up series, don't they? And that kind of motivates me to want to start putting out some more longer videos more frequently, but I don't know if that'll happen. It is really difficult to do that on your own. I just wanted to say that, though, because I appreciate everyone who watches these and enjoys them. It's still amazing to me that anyone does. And I love you. I'll so much love you. And okay, seriously, I gotta end this. Bye. Thanks, everyone. That's just my sign off after, an hour of thank you for listening. This is gonna take hours and hours and hours to render, so I'd better get to doing that.